What's going on, guys? It's Wafers, and welcome back to the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. It's episode 27, and today we're going to be starting off Season 3 of this career mode in the championship, our first season in the championship. And we're going to start off by taking a look at the table, who we're going to be facing this season. As you will have seen, Barnsley will be joining us. We have former Premier League teams like Brighton, who are down in the championship now. Hull City also came up with us. You see we are there right above Norwich, another former Premier League side. Some familiar names here: QPR, Reading. A lot of teams that will be fighting to go back to the Premier League, including Stoke and Swansea. Now, this is going to be a tough season. I'm expecting it to be very tough. I'm not expecting to just roll over it like League 2 or like League 1. We had a really good performance in League 1, but the championship is very hard and it's going to be a big jump for us. So going into this season, we have an initial budget of £5.6 million with about £20,000 in the wage budget. It's a really good budget. I was not expecting this much. I thought we'd have about 3, but we end up with 5.6. The problem is, as you will see, our squad is basically full. We don't have room in our squad right now. But we will get to that a little bit later. We'll go through that. Looking at the objectives here, our objective for just overall our manager rating is 86. So we start off with a good one. We have no youth objectives, even though it's critical, which doesn't make any sense to me. Brand exposure is get a streak of 3 wins in away matches, which hopefully we can do against some lower teams. And then for our domestic success, they want us to avoid relegation and then in the FA Cup reach the round of 32 within 2 seasons, finish mid-table. And those are sort of my objectives too. I just want to avoid relegation. I'm hoping for a mid-table finish. The cups, I'm not really going to care about this year because we need to focus so much on the league. We need to make sure that we stay up in the league. It's going to be tough. I'm hoping to end up mid-table and just survive this season. And then the financial objective is to make £2.25 million profit from youth player sales, which we're going to try to do. But before that, I'm going to negotiate with some of our players. I actually negotiate with almost all of our players here that are on 1-year deals to try to get them signed up. We signed Lee Moss here to a 4-year extension. We're also going to go here and sign Alex Bennett to a extension as well. I can always raise these wages later. £4,000 a week for Bennett, who's our best player, is probably a little low, but we could always raise it later on. So we sign him up, and then we also sign up Alex Wynn to a new 4-year deal. And the last one that I'm going to show you is Ibrahim Marsh, just some of our young players that I decided to re-sign, and I thought, I should show you guys what deals we're giving them and how long we're keeping them. Now into our squad for this season, and as you can see in the top left, we have 52 players. Our squad is completely full, which is a big issue because we're going to have a lot of players come through the youth academy this season, and I want to call some of them up, and if some of them force me to call them up, I need to have spots. You can only release 2 players a year. I'm going to hold on to those 2 releases in case a player tries to force his way out of the academy that I really like. But this is going to mean that I'm putting a ton of players on the transfer list. I put about 20 players on the transfer list, just players who don't have the highest potential and are very low overalls, or older players like Labadai. We put onto the transfer list. I'm going to try to sell them, try to get rid of them, and get some more money into the club, one, and also free up some spots. If I can sell close to 15 to 20 players, I could get this down, the squad size down to around 35. And then we would have room. But as you can see, we are just loaded up with players. A lot of them won't get playtime. So I'm looking to sell a lot of them. As we look through here, you'll see that some of the potentials did change. Hopkins lost his potential tag. Telford did not get a potential tag, which is super disappointing to see. Jenkins also went down the showing great potential. I think these will fluctuate. They'll probably go back up at some point. Even though Hopkins lost his tag, I think he'll probably still, we can get him back up to that potential. But the key this season is going to be selling players. We need to get rid of a lot of players. Going into scouting, and we are going to send our five-star scout, Bryn Bowen, to his home country of Wales. Make sure that we can get the best Welsh prospects possible. Then Brendan Byrne, I'm going to send to another country in the UK. I'm going to send him to Scotland. We haven't scouted Scotland before, so I figured we should give it a shot. And then Connor Allen is just always going to go back to England, and we'll see if we can get any prospects there. So this is our setup for scouting going into season 3. I'm hopeful that we'll get some good prospects, but like I said, we need to sell players to make room for them. And we were having trouble doing that. We get a transfer budget increase here after spending the money, so we're back up to 5.6. But our first offer is for Josh Sheehan, who I'm not looking to sell. And then after that, we get an offer for Telford and Townsend, both players that I am not looking to sell right now. There are also some free agents I would love to sign, but we just don't have enough room in the squad. We get our first transfer offer for a player that I would like to sell, and it's Bryn Beatles, so I immediately accept it, and we do sell him for £99,000. I really did not mind. We got rid of him, so that is good. Townsend, again, another offer for him and Telford. We reject both of those, and then I go to the youth academy, and I decide with that one slot, I'm going to promote Peter Conlon, one of our top prospects. You can see here he is 67 overall, and we're going to give him the number 5 shirt. He is going to start this season over our other center backs. It's going to be him and Alex Wynn. You can see here he's an exciting prospect out of Ireland. He looks really, really good, and I'm excited to use him. As we enter our press conference for the first game, we are going to be going up against AFC Bournemouth, taking on a Premier League side in our first ever championship game. You can see the sides here. We're going with our full first team right out the gate as we travel to the Vitality Stadium. Hopkins, Telford going to be leading the line with Lee Moss as we look to make something happen in our first ever game against a former Premier League side. Now, this one wouldn't get going until the second half when Bournemouth would come forward, and driving down this left side, they find a nice ball through to Stanislas, and he puts it past Townsend to give them a 1-0 lead. We would come forward in the 89th minute, looking to get a chance, looking to respond, working this ball around. It's going to go from Hopkins back to Aziz, all the way back to the left side, back to the right side, trying to find some space. Eventually it ends up with Bennett. He's going to dribble around. We're into stoppage time now. He finds some space on the edge of the box, passes into Telford, who lays it off, and Aziz misses the one-on-one. We lose our first game in the championship to Bournemouth, 1-0. That was really our only chance there. As you can see, early on, we are low in the table. We have 0 points, but I'm sure we will pick some up. But that Aziz chance was really our only chance in that AFC Bournemouth game. We didn't create a lot. They had a couple different chances. They ended up finishing the Stanislas one. But, the jump from League One to the championship was very apparent, as we had to wait all the way until the 90th minute to get our chance. And the quality it needs to be there. Hopefully we can develop it over this season. But Aziz missing that shot, not a good start to the season, but I am sure that we will improve as we go on. Hopefully we can sell some players, bring some more talent into the squad, and we will see how the season goes. But that is going to be it for this episode of the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like, let me know what you think down below in the comments, and subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you guys soon with a new episode.